The park is divided in two. The northern part is what is basically the dam, and the southern part is the game viewing area. Only problem is that the opening hours here are a bit odd, and they close at 4. Closing at 4 means that you only get to drive here during the hottest hours of the day. And it's so hot here because it's more than 40 degrees, 41 degrees already. And the animals are probably under a tree somewhere because I can't find them. I've only seen some henspot running, baboons and springbok, that was it. And I don't understand why they closed this part at 4 o'clock. Almost 4 more hours until sunset. As I expected, I didn't see much. So unless they change the opening hour and you can drive all the way until sunset, I don't think it's worth to come all the way here. But I will go now to the northern part and see how the dam and the lake is. The lake is very nice. It is a quiet place, and as you can see, there's nobody else around. I'm the only one here. This is a picnic spot, and it seems it's been prepared for people to keep some boats in there, but it's all closed. And I don't know, maybe this was something important back in the day, but now it's empty. There's nobody else. But the place is nice. The lake is quite full. There's some birds there. When I got here, they told me that if you want, you can even swim. So it's interesting. Just for a quick stop. I came to Mariental to buy the SIM card. It's the only place where you can do it. Well, in fact, you can do it somewhere else, but you need to get to Mariental to register it. So when I got to the place, it's the MTC shop. There was like 30 people in front of me, so the whole procedure takes about 2 hours. No complaints about the staff, the MTC staff, because they are very efficient and they try to do their best. But there are so many people trying to register the phones that it takes forever. Mariental is quite a big town, and it's got at least 2 or 3 gas stations and a big supermarket, so whatever you need, it's the perfect place to stock up. I took the road that goes to the south. This is starting to look like the northern part of the Northern Cape in South Africa, and this is precisely what I'm looking for. I'm heading towards the south, trying to get to the border and see the things on the way, but what I'm looking for is driving through these landscapes, these desert landscapes, flat, where there's basically nothing growing here, and that I love so much. I will be following this road all the way to the south, to the border, and I will making some stops when I see there is something interesting, but my direction is south. The Fish River comes from Hardap Dam and goes all the way to the south until it gets almost to the border with South Africa. Crosses the desert, and at this point it goes through a small gorge, and sometimes you can see water in a small waterfall. So let's see how it looks. And yes, here in the middle of the desert, where you think there's nothing, especially water, you find this, and locals that swim in there having a good time. Hello, how are you?
Okay, morning time. So
You came here to fish.
yeah, we came here to fish and swim a bit.
So you fish here.
Yeah, this is the area that we are fishing.
Well, there's not much water left.
Yeah, there's not that much water left.
So the river is running here from January, February, March, and at that time the water is coming from there, and this is a small waterfall, and then follows that way all the way to the Fish River Canyon. There are no fish in there. This water is stagnant, and And it's not bad if you want to take a swim, but I don't think you can fish anything here. But it's totally unexpected if you can find this in the middle of the desert, because I'm telling you, this is a real desert.
Goodbye, sir. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good time.
The road to Brukkaros crater cuts through rugged desert, rocky tracks, steep climbs, and wide open silence. Then suddenly the crater rises ahead, a massive circle of cliffs born from an ancient volcanic eruption. The drive up is rough but unforgettable, each turn revealing more of the vast Namibian landscape. From the rim, the view is endless, wild, remote, and utterly spectacular.
And that's the crater. If there ever was a path to get there, I can't see it. I think it ends here, maybe up there, but after that you have to climb those rocks, and it's more than 40 degrees, so not today. But you can have an idea of what the crater is. This is my third time in Namibia, and my memories are the roads are excellent. The paved roads are very good, and the gravel roads are mostly very wide and well maintained. So my first impression after 3 days here, it's the same. This is the road going south. One of the main roads in the country is excellent. No potholes, all the signs are there. It's well marked on the ground. So the roads here in this country, unless it changes a lot when I get to the north, are excellent. I'm leaving Kinmanshoop and I'm heading towards the Quiver Tree Forest. It's not far from here, like 20 kilometers.
Just outside Ketmanshoop lies the Giant's Playground, a surreal landscape of massive boulders scattered across the desert like a field of ancient sculptures. From above, the formations reveal their true scale, each rock balancing in impossible shapes, carved over millions of years by volcanic forces, wind and time. The way shadows stretch long across the desert in the hot afternoon light. It's easy to see why it's called the Giant's Playground. The landscape looks like a giant has scattered toys. From this vantage point, the place feels timeless and vast, a reminder of the patience of nature and just how small we are in the middle of it.
Problem is that it's 44 degrees outside. If you want to see it up close, you have to walk it. You cannot drive. And walking at 44 degrees, maybe when it's right before sunset, but now it's crazy.
The road east of Ketmanshoop cuts through rugged country, dry riverbeds, rocky hills, and endless stretches of open desert. The terrain feels ancient, shaped by wind and sun over countless years. Every turn reveals another rise, another wide horizon, another moment of silence.
This landscape is absolutely surreal. This place is down the road from Ketmanshoop. Here you can drive, and it's 5:30 p.m. and it's still 42 degrees, so during the winter or spring you can do it walking, but now in summer it's suicidal.
And then, scattered among the boulders, the quiver trees begin to appear. Their tall sculpted forms stand out against the rough landscape, their golden barks glowing in the heat.
The place is amazing, huh? Well, this is what I call a different landscape. As you can see, the road is a 4x4 road, but so far it's not complicated. It's just some rocks and sand. Or What a beautiful place. So different.
As I drive deeper into the forest, the light softens. The sun dips lower, turning the rocks and trees to shades of amber and fire. The road winds between ancient silhouettes, and for a moment, the whole world feels still, timeless, remote, and profoundly beautiful. The terrain itself adds to the adventure. Uneven gravel, hidden dips, and the occasional loose stone remind me that this is wild country. Every bend brings a new view, and every shadow feels alive. It's not just a drive, it's a journey through time, where the land, the trees, and the endless sky all tells the story of Namibia's desert heart.
This is spectacular. I think it's one of those places that you cannot miss if you come to Namibia. It is my first time here, and I was not sure about what I was going to find here, but this is much better than I thought. Especially before sunset with this light, the golden light. All those quiver trees look like they are on flames.
These aren't true trees, but giant aloes, perfectly adapted to this unforgiving land. The trunks store water, their pale skin reflects the sun, and somehow they thrive where almost nothing else does. The Bushman people once used their hollowed branches as quiver for arrows, giving the quiver tree its name. Some of these are centuries old, silent witnesses to the slow passage of time in the desert.